Hello, Nathaniel. Good evening.
Hello, Lorena.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Oh, yeah, I'm great too. Thank you. Okay, Nathaniel. So today we're going to start with the second grammar from Unit 2. Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
share the screen. So, okay, so we're going to start with this. This is an easy and really, yes, really easy part of English, right? That is reported imperatives. We're going to make a review of this. It's number one. We use imperatives such as be quiet to give commands, make suggestions, give directions, and extend invitations. A direct imperative uses the person's exact words. Dean said, be quiet. When we write, we put question marks around direct imperatives. Okay, so this is familiar to you, right?
Yeah.
One
Orders.
that's right. Yes. So let's continue. Number two, we can also report imperatives without using the person's exact words. In this case, we use reported imperatives. Dean told Yaki to be quiet. When we write, we don't use quotation marks around reported imperatives. We do not say Dean told Jackie to be quiet, right? Okay, so only with direct imperatives, we use this kind of punctuation that is quotations.
Yeah.
Number three, it says, the most common reporting verbs are say and tell. We use say when we don't mention the listener. Dean said to be quiet. We do not say Dean said Jackie to be quiet. We use tell when we mention the listener. Dean told Jackie to be quiet. He told her to be quiet. Okay, we do not say Dean told to be quiet, right? So
Yeah.
that's a little difference when we want to write say or maybe tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue number four. To report an affirmative imperative, use the infinitive. Dean, keep your voice down, right? So in this case, it's a reported that it's affirmative. Number five, we have this. The report a negative imperative. We use not plus infinitive. Jackie, don't interrupt. That's the only form to make negative imperatives. We don't. Number six, we can see in this part. In reported imperatives, we sometimes have to change pronouns to keep the original meaning. Replace the examples, Nathaniel.
Okay. Amy, call me later. Talia told Amy to call her later.
Okay, very good. Now, number seven. We sometimes have to change time phrases to keep the original meaning. For example,
Call me tomorrow, Amy. Talia told Amy to call her the next day.
exactly. Yeah, so this is when we are reporting with these verbs, right? With tell or maybe said, but you know the differences.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, time phrases can change tomorrow or the next day, or maybe the pronouns, right? Like in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the basic part of imperatives. I don't know if you can tell me, I don't know, three imperatives, three direct imperatives.
Okay. Okay. Let me think. Okay. Samantha said, be still.
Okay.
Then uh, Carlos said, "Be fast." Claudia said, "Be happy."
Okay, that's great. Very good. Now in this part, yeah, from number 3, we're gonna give examples, okay? 2 examples with say and another 2 examples with tell.
Okay. Dean said to be quiet, and we told it would be Dean told her to be still. Then uh, he said to be fast. He said to Maria to be fast.
Okay, he told her
Oh
or
yeah, he
yes,
told her.
exactly, very good. Another one,
With tell or both?
both of them.
Okay.
First with say
Um,
and after with tell.
okay. Enrique said uh, to be happy. Then
Okay,
Enrique told her to be happy.
excellent, very good. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. That's great. Now, uh, in negative. Now, 3 examples with negative imperatives.
Okay. Uh, this is without the verb to be, right? Or it could be like, don't be happy.
Exactly, very good.
Okay.
You,
Okay.
you start
And
always with don't.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh, don't say it. Or then don't close it.
Exactly, very good. They are the negative ones. Exactly. So, in this case, oh yeah, in this case, like another example with changing pronouns, like similar to this.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. Do I give like the both sentences?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Um, let's say that John is speaking and he says, uh, Enrique, uh, uh, close the door. And then like changing pronouns, it would be, no, yeah. Uh, John's told Enrique to close the door. No, instead of the door, it would be to close it.
To close it or to close the door, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but yeah.
it's understandable. So you can replace that. In this case, the pronoun that you changed was Enrique told, no, what was that?
Well, like replacing it would be John told him.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And the second part, yes, you can write it instead of the door when
Okay.
you mentioned already this, right? Okay, now number 7, you have to change the time phrases, right?
Yeah.
Like instead of saying tomorrow, you can change by, I don't know, other phrase, yesterday. Other example?
Well, okay. Call me. No. Mm, Like with other example besides tomorrow, what other like time phrase
Maybe
could I use?
in this case, the time phrases you can change like tomorrow, next day, right?
Yeah.
If you want to change, for example, yesterday, you can say the last day.
Yeah, like imperative in past with instead of call me tomorrow, how would be like yesterday? Call me yesterday. Doesn't make sense, right?
Oh, yeah, but in this case, all the sentence maybe have to be in
Yeah,
past tense, right?
yeah. Okay, like if I said call me Thursday, Amy, it would be Talia told Amy to call her in the following day, following days. I don't know.
Exactly. Yes, yes. In that case, you are changing the time phrases, right?
Yeah,
In the next days, in the
like
last days.
is it's correct to say instead of saying like the next day, saying tomorrow too? Like Talia told Amy to call her tomorrow. Is that okay too, or it doesn't make sense?
No, because in this part, it's like, okay, this is happening in that moment, right? Call me
Yeah.
tomorrow, Amy. And you know that you have to call tomorrow. But in this case, when it's telling another person, Ania told Amy to call
No,
her the next day. Because also in this case, to call her tomorrow, that can be okay too. But when we are like reporting verbs, it's like when we are changing pronouns and we are using told or said, it's the common part that you have to change, like these phrases.
oh, okay.
Yes, so it's yes or yes, you have to do this like this, right? For example, with yesterday, the last day, or next week, in that week, or something like that.
Okay.
When you are reporting this in the second part.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm. So exists some questions about it.
Not really.
Okay, excellent. So now we're gonna pass to the practice.
Like, actually, I have one question. Like, in the last example, how could we make it like past, like using yesterday? I can't think of like a sentence with yesterday in imperative. Like, it would be,
Oh, with imperatives, in this case, it's not possible because
yeah,
an imperative, it's like it's happening in that
yeah.
moment, right? In the
So,
exactly moment. But a part of imperative, you can say another sentence that cannot be imperative.
oh, okay.
So other statement, other sentence that
Yeah.
it can make sense.
So, imperatives cannot be like in past in general, or
Yes, because imperatives, it's like
they're like
you are.
orders.
It's like it's acting always in present tense, right? In the immediately moment, in the exactly moment that it's happening. So that's why I always function like in present tense. And also exists this part, what's the negative? The negative part with don't, right? An imperative always is gonna be with this negative word, with don't, because as I was telling you, an imperative is gonna be always in present tense.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Yes. But yes, of course, when you are giving like reported speech, I don't know if you remember that part.
Yeah, kind of.
In- yeah, maybe later we're gonna practice reported speech. And in that moment, you're gonna notice that, yeah, it's gonna be possible like in past or past perfect with other tenses a part of this. But now it's like we are focusing only with imperatives, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Mhm. Okay, okay. So exists another question?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, that's great. So now please share your screen with me and let's go to
Yeah.
the part of your practice.
Yeah. Second, my laptop just froze. It's not responding. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Lauren, I'm sorry. My Zoom like crashed, so sorry.
No, don't worry. It's okay. It used to happen sometimes.
Okay. Do you see if sharing screen?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. This one, right?
Exactly, that one.
Okay.
Oh, Nathaniel, before you continue, for example, in number 2, you can notice that the imperative is in negative, right? Then order and appetizer. So that
Yeah.
also it's in negative. But first, not and after 2.
What, sorry?
Yes. So the correct form of that is said not to.
Oh, yeah. Not toward.
Exactly.
Like here is correct to say lean, right? Instead of her.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe I distract about number 3 because you have a double rating. Careful.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's only
Okay,
B.
continue.
Thank you. Like in this case, if we don't have like a subject, like it's only tell me, we assume like her, him.
With her, it's okay.
You know, like she told her.
Mhm.
Tell her again.
No. So the first part, it's like to tell, yes, again with her, right? Yes, yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
Tell her to tell her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so in this case, first let's check the review of grammar about this, okay?
Okay. Where do you want me to?
Oh yeah, please close it. I'm gonna share again the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so we have this other grammar that is referred to subject adjective clauses. So we're gonna read about it. Number 1, adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, identify nouns or indefinite pronouns such as one, someone, and something. For example, read please, Nathaniel.
Okay. You're the one who got me into this, then. Who got me into this is an adjective clause. It identifies Dean. In other words, Dean got Jackie into the situation.
Okay. So in this case, so we can call this, okay, in other words, in summary, we can say that these words are called the relative clauses, right? And adjective clauses, okay, you have in this part explanation about it.
Okay.
Okay, another one, number 2, we have this. Adjective clauses begin with a relative pronoun. We can use the relative pronoun who or that when the subject of the adjective clause is a person. For example, read please.
Okay. I was the guy who sent the phony recording to Newsline. I was the guy that sent the phony recording to Newsline. We use the relative pronoun that or which when the subject is a place or thing. Jackie, that was the break that was going to make me star. Or that was the break which was going to make me star. Don't you work in Gower building? No, I work in the building that's across from the Gower building. Or I work in the building which is across from the Gower building. That is more common than which in informal conversation.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
As you can notice, yes, if you're
Like
talking about
which,
persons,
yeah, which is more formal then? Or like using which is more formal?
oh yeah, it's like that is the most useful, and you can say that also this can be more formal than which. Okay, but it's only about conversation when you're
Yeah,
talking
like
with,
nobody says which.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and don't forget you can change that or instead of which you can choose whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Number 3, we have this. The relative pronoun combines two sentences into one sentence. Read, please.
Okay. Talia is a reporter. She's covering the story. This is the story it's airing tonight.
Okay, okay. Number 4, we can see relative pronoun don't change forms. They are the same for similar and singular and plural subjects. They are also the same for male and female subjects. Read, please.
That's the man who works at Newsline. Those are the men who work at Newsline.
Okay. Continue, please. We have in numbers 5. Yeah. Notice that the verb in the adjective clause is similar if it refers to a singular subject. For example,
Okay. That's a reporter who works for Newsline. The verb is plural if it refers to a plural subject. Those are the reporters who work for Newsline.
okay, Nathaniel. So in this case, you can notice that only you can focus on this part, right? If you want to use relative pronouns or adjective pronouns, for persons and for things, right?
Yeah.
It like it says in the second part that you are combining like two parts. So please give me one example with who and another one with that.
Okay. Uh, okay. I was the kid who stole money from your uncle.
Okay,
And
great.
with that, it can be the same, right? I was a kid, dad stole money from your uncle.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be the same. You can choose whatever you want. Now, in this other case, when you're talking about when your subject's gonna be about a place or thing, you can use that or maybe which. So
Okay.
please, another example.
Okay. Mhm. Like it could be instead of saying that was, it can it be like that is? Is that okay? That
Yes,
is
it's okay.
okay.
If you want to change of
Yeah.
with modals or another tense, it's correct.
Okay. That is the dog that barked all night.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, 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 it's okay. Very good.
And
Yeah.
with which it would be the same. Like that is a dog which barks all night.
Yes, of course. Okay, so it's understandable. And also a part of this exist other ones that you can use, for example, with when or where. For example, when you are using with where, it's like you're gonna mention some place.
Yeah.
When you're gonna use with when, you're gonna refer to some time. Okay, so please, can you think about one example with where?
Like instead of saying who, that, or it would be where, right?
Exactly. So in this case,
Uh,
you're gonna mention some place.
okay. That was a place where I first met your uncle.
Exactly. Very good.
And time, what did you say? Like
With when?
when? Yeah, when. Uh, Last night was the first. No. Uh, 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 that that Friday uh, was the day when I met your uncle. Okay.
Yes. Yes, it's okay. Very good. Yes. And what about if you use what at the middle?
What
Yes.
would be okay? That guy is doing no. uh, Like that guy is doing what you asked him for. That would be okay, or is it another type of question or sentence?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's
Okay.
very good. Yeah, so a part of, like I said, with who or that or which,
Yeah.
when, where, and what, you can choose whatever of this. They all are called relative pronouns because it's like you are combining two parts, but with that specific words at the middle of these sentences, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So also exists the other part that is not in here, but it's called the indefinite relative pronoun or relative clauses. It's when you are giving like extra information. I don't know if it's familiar to you. It's like, okay, like in these examples were important to have to it can make sense, right?
Yeah.
But in other case, it's like you're gonna give only extra information. It's gonna go between commas, and if you don't mention it, of course, it will have sense. It's because you're gonna give only extra information.
Like,
For
can you give an example?
yes, for example, uh, I can say
Yeah.
that house, that house which is colorful, is near my house. So you notice that which is colorful goes between commas, and that's only extra
Oh
information.
yeah, it's like yeah, I know. Something that is not necessary to be in the sentence, but it's yeah, I understand it.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So also that is called the indefinite relative clauses, if you want
Yeah.
to call that. And these ones that we were practicing are called the definite relative clauses too.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the name. So please give me another two, but indefinite relative clauses. Other two examples.
Definite relative is with which and that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It can be also with when, where, if you
Okay.
want, right? If you want to give extra information, not necessary information, but it's only making sense on your sentence.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, uh, okay. Okay. That car, which is the first car I ever owned, is very pretty.
Yes, of course. Very good.
That's with extra, right?
Extra
Oh,
information. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Because if you don't mention it,
Yeah.
it's going to have sense, of
Yeah.
course.
That
Mhm.
car, which is pretty, it would be the normal sentence, only wrote.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Then another with that. Um, mm, uh, that piano that is very clean was my first first piano.
Okay. Yeah. But exists one difference that we can make from
Mhm.
definite and indefinite. It's like as you are giving not necessary information, it's like yes or yes for things or for some place. You have to use only which.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes, because it's you are giving not necessary information. But if you are giving necessary information, it's like it's important. Yes, of course, you can use whatever of these ones, that or which. But when it's specifically with not necessary information, you only are going to use with which. Okay.
okay, which is on okay. The sentence that has an extra is only used with which. We cannot use that with extra. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes, yes, of
So the correct sentence would be that piano, uh, like that pretty piano. No, it would be that piano was. How could I say like the first piano that I bought? Like the piano was. Okay. That piano was the thing that I first ever bought. Bought.
Okay, okay, that's great. And
Okay.
if you use with which, for example,
Yeah, it would be the same thing, right? Like that was that piano was the instrument which I I like the order doesn't make sense to me. I'm thinking
yes,
what
you
I'm
can start
saying.
with the
Yeah,
piano, which first I bought, or something,
yeah.
something. Yeah.
But like it doesn't make sense only to say that, right? Like the piano which I ever bought is like an incomplete sentence.
Oh, yeah, because you have to complete
Yeah.
next with the other
They
part.
can.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like with that, it's different. You can okay, like that piano was the instrument that I first ever bought. That's okay.
Okay.
But with which you it
It,
doesn't make any
it's
sense.
like you, it's like it says, right? Not necessary information, only maybe you can describe how
Yeah.
your piano is. Maybe you can say the piano, which is brown color or black color, is the first that I bought or something similar like that. Because it's like you are giving only just a little information about that.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I think like instead of saying with that, you can say that piano was the first piano I ever bought. Like that is not necessary. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. In that
So
case, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but that can be the difference. So when you're referring to you give necessary information and when you are
Yeah.
giving only extra information.
Okay.
Okay, so exists more than who, that, which, you know, that you can use also what, when, or where.
Yeah.
Okay. Also with what, you cannot, it's like you cannot use like giving extra information. Okay. Only with which, maybe when in some cases, with which. Okay, so
Yeah.
it depends on what you're speaking.
Yeah. Like this like with that and which I can change it to when and who, or not who, when and where, right?
Oh yes, if you want to use when, where, or what,
Okay.
yes, of course you can use it like in this example, right at the
Yeah.
middle. Yes,
Kind of easier for me, like saying uh, that was a place where I was going to have my party.
exactly.
Yeah,
Very good. Yeah.
that makes more sense. Like that where is necessary, but like in the example that I gave, like with the piano, that wasn't necessary at all. So I was like, I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
that's why it's called not necessary information, right? Because
yeah,
you can obviate this, or maybe if you want to say, okay, no problem. But in order to make more sense, you say the correct one that you prefer.
okay.
Yes. So exists some question about this topic?
No, yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, excellent. So now let's pass to the practice. It's time
Okay,
you share your screen, please.
sure. Okay. This one, right?
Oh yes, that's the correct.
Like in this first exercise, like it could be who wants to be an actor and who scored the most points, right? Both would be correct, or these three, right? Like in structure, they
For
would be the
example,
two.
you can notice at, for example, like it's like a third person. You can
Yeah,
notice the correct form of the verb that it's followed after who. In this case, that can be okay. Yeah, with once, right?
that one's
Yes.
okay. Like if this was a third person, it would be who scores.
Yeah,
Uh,
with
oh,
S.
okay.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, I sent it. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah. Was something wrong?
No, it was okay. Very good.
Oh, sorry. I sent it. Okay. Like instead of using that here, I could use like which and it would be still correct, right? Should be correct.
Just which or that? Yeah, no problem with that. But with that is the most useful, I
Yeah,
think, right?
it's
Yes.
normal. Like here, it would be correct to say that is, or since it's talking about like the subject or person, it would be who is.
It's like you can use whatever because you can change, right? But it's okay with okay. Oh, for
Yeah,
the actor who is. It's okay with both, with who, but also you have other options that you can use with that.
yeah,
That I told you that that's the most useful.
yeah.
So
Like
you have
in
two
most
options.
cases, you can use that, right?
Yeah. In number 7, I wanted to correct this one
Yeah,
because the
that
7
was.
exactly.
Yeah, I just read last week. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so like in the first one, instead of saying who is, you can also set that is. Like that is in a lot of trouble. Or
That is yes. So in this case, it's like you can use both forms with that or who, or maybe that instead of which. So
yeah,
it's like with that you can use in all ways.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's easy. That's yeah. Oh, let's check. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's perfect. Okay, Nathaniel. So today we're gonna finish with that, okay? So exist no more questions?
Not really. I'm fine with this.
Okay, that's great. So we're gonna finish with a little quiz, okay?
Okay. 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 Done.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Nathaniel. So see you tomorrow. Have a great night.